And then the final thing is to do something about it. Execute. Actually execute on the goal or the thing that was on your mind to do. Hey guys, it's me, Sonia from Sonia W Coaching, and we're back again talking about living intentionally, acknowledging our dreams, and doing all of the things that we need to do to make sure that we can make our dreams meet reality. And we are hopping in to another month. It's June now. We are a month away from the half point of the year. I cannot believe it. We are already in June. Like, I really believe that I just did January's videos. Like, I just did something in January. Like, it's June already. That is crazy. Okay. But anyway, because we're so close to the second half of the year, I wanted to take this month to actually get us focused, to figure out how in the world that we can build our focus and what we should be focusing on, okay? Well, today we're going to actually talk about how being clear helps you focus and helps you be intentional with your life. Okay, so I was thinking about one of these productivity persons that I follow, and it's David Allen, and he talks about in his getting things done process or method that there's this clarifying place where people go to figure out and clarify what's going on in your mind. And I love he mentions in his book this quote, and I love it. He says that our mind should be still like water, right? Still like water, because there's nothing there that is crowding it. There's nothing there that's causing us anxiety. It is literally still. And when you throw a pebble in it, then it reacts. You're not overreacting to things because you're already hyped up on all the other things that you feel like you have to do, right? This is the way towards being more productive in your life. So I wanted to kind of break down a couple of things that being clear in your life will help you do. And then we're going to actually do a little mindfulness exercise real quick. And then we're going to actually do the clarify process, or I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, why do you need to get clear, or how do you get clear? Build mental focus with mindfulness. When you're able to focus a little bit better in life, you're able to clarify what you need to clarify quicker. When you or your mind is more resilient and you're able to build and able to work according to what is happening in your life and not according to things that are stressing you out or all of that kind of stuff, you're able to actually be more productive, to not be so panicky about everything, okay? Then the next thing that you gotta do to help yourself be clear is to write it all down. Yes, clear your mind of all the clutter. I always talk about when I talk with people or when I help people with life planning and all that kind of stuff, I talk about the idea of going to the store. Have you ever gone, like, in the day, the morning, right? You're like, okay, after work, I'm going to go to the supermarket. I got to get a couple of things. But Sonia, do not forget milk, right? You're in there. You're like, I'm not going to forget this milk. Now, all day long, your brain is literally telling you, don't forget the milk. Don't forget the milk. Don't forget the milk. And then what happens when you leave work and get to the store? Tell me. I'm waiting. Go ahead and put it down in the comments. What happens when you get to the store? You buy every single thing and some things that you don't need, but you don't buy that milk, I bet you. And that's because our mind is not good at keeping things in our minds, right? Our minds were not built. I love, he says, David Allen, he says that our minds were not built for holding ideas. They were built for having them. So you need to be able to have the idea and then get it out somewhere that you can trust. And that's the second place. Put it somewhere. Once we get it out of our minds, we gotta put it somewhere that we trust. Where are you gonna put it? In a planner? You're going to schedule the next time that you're going to do something. You're going to maybe give it to somebody else to do, like something. You got to make sure that you do something about it, right? And then the final thing is to do something about it. Execute. Actually execute on the goal or the thing that was on your mind to do. Okay? So it's real simple about being clear. And you'll find that when you take the time to clear your mind often enough, it will be easier to really get into that deep focused work that you need to do. Because when you don't have all of these things, oh Sonia, don't forget that you gotta schedule your hair appointment. Oh, you gotta schedule that masseuse. Oh, you gotta take so and so there. Oh, and it's all in your head. Your brain is constantly thinking about those things instead of focusing on the task ahead. Okay? So get clear. That is the first place that you can move in your life intentionally. All right. So I ran through that real quick because I didn't want this video to be too long, and I wanted some time for us to actually do a kind of like quick clarifying session. Okay. So we're going to do 2 minutes of just a breathing exercise so that you can see the power of that. Now, typically, these sessions, you can do 3 minutes, you could do 5 minutes. You can even do more than that if you actually want to, because it helps to strengthen you. Sorry, my eye is watering. Oh my goodness. But it helps to strengthen your mind and also helps you to calm down when things get crazy. Okay? So we're going to do 2 minutes of just breathing. We're going to focus on the beauty and the intricacy of how God created us with this system in which we can breathe in His goodness, the oxygen that fuels us, and let out all of the anxiety, the stress, the poison, which is CO2, out of our body. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do a quick clarity session, or I'll show you how to do a clarity session. Okay? So let's do these 2 minutes. So we're going to just take 2 minutes to breathe. We're going to breathe in through our nose. And breathe out through our mouth. Maybe count to 4. Hold it for 4. Then breathe out for 8. Maybe you want to close your eyes. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 8. Even now, you're becoming more calm. There's probably a ton of things trying to sneak in, but all we're focused on is our breath in these 2 minutes. Taking in all of God's good promises, breathing out the lies. That was 2 minutes. That was real quick, right? But I'm sure you're even feeling more calm now than you did when you started this video. And that's the point. Typically, I like to do these exercises where we're taking time to just breathe to think about God's goodness. Sometimes I take a moment just to write down everything that I'm thankful for. But the whole goal of doing any of those things is to give you a focus on truly what matters. Honestly, the goodness of God. And then it gives you the clarity to be able to do the next step, which is to get all of those things that are in your mind out of your mind and on paper. Okay? This is how you're going to get clear. So, now that you're a little bit more relaxed, you can take a moment to do what I just talked about. Number one, write down everything that comes to mind. Typically, it's best to write it down on a list or write it down, literally have little post-it notes and write down one thing on each post-it note. Don't make any judgments about it. Don't think about, oh, what's the next step about it. Just write down what you know you got to do. I schedule that hair appointment. Got to pick up your kids. You got to go to the, set up another doctor's appointment. You got to read that book. You got to write that script. You got to study those lines. Whatever it is that you got to do, just write all those things down. Then go back to those post-it notes that you just wrote things on and figure out what's the next thing that you got to do for it. If it's that new hair appointment that you got to set and you got to figure out a new hairdresser, right? Well, that's the next step. Who's your hairdresser? Okay, I got to figure out my hairdresser. Then let me set some time aside to actually do that. And now you're going to look in your calendar and actually block out time. Look for new hairstylists. That's how you do that. Then you're going to do that same thing through all of the lists. Either it's, oh, I got to go and get somebody else to do this. Or maybe it's shoot an email off to somebody and you feel like you can do that in 2 seconds, in like a minute or two. Then go ahead and do it right then in that moment. And then finally, execute. Begin to execute on those next steps. And you're going to begin to see that your life works out just a little bit better, that you're able to work a little bit more calmer and you're able to get things done just a little bit quicker. Okay? So listen, I hope that this was helpful for you. I want you to get clear because I know that when you're clear, you're focused. And when you're focused, you can become more intentional with your life. And when you're intentional with your life, you can actually make those dreams meet reality. So I hope this is what you needed today, y'all. And I pray that as you go ahead and do this work, that you begin to get intentional about your life. Now, if you're wanting to get real serious about this, I want you to go ahead and check out my email list. When you sign up for my email list, you get access to my life audit video. This is the first step that you need to take to figure out, well, where in the world am I and what are my next steps in building this intentional life and beginning this intentional living journey. Okay? So listen, y'all, I hope that you have an awesome time wherever you are today.